Hello, world. Welcome back. We are Leaders Being Heard, and today we want to continue our live expedition that we started for January, and we want to follow the conversation that we started last week. We talked about the New Year's resolution, and we apply it as a group as well, not only as individuals. So here we come today with another topic that we plan to debate throughout the year, actually. And the topic for today is challenges of a tech lead. And where do we have this topic? The topic actually comes from Andra. She works on a very interesting and challenging program. Actually the challenging topic. And Andra, can you say a few words about the program?
Yes. The Tech Lead Accelerator program comes as a support for tech leads that are at the beginning of the road. And it's a 3-month program in which you get the support with the challenges that you deal with, the most common raising or individuals challenges. And as part of this program, there is also the Tech Lead Accelerator workshop, which is a free workshop in which we take one of the challenges, which is how to juggle lots of requests, and we work on that, how to deal with that, what's specific for you. It's as a group, so you interact with me, which I'm the expert, and also with other tech leads. And what others said about the workshop is that you get a sense of, okay, I'm not alone with my struggles. And there is a way that I can deal with them.
Super.
This is
Thank you, Andra. So yeah, we took this idea from Andra, and actually we feel that it's a topic that has not been completed, consumed yet. There is still a lot to debate, and the challenge for us today is to debate on that. I mean, we couldn't help. We wanted to debate on this. So as a starter, let's see how it is for us. Let me start with Marius. What is your perspective, Marius? How do you see challenges for a person who gets into the role?
Interesting. I don't know what is for other, but I can say from my experience how it was at the beginning of this road, right? So of course, when you start as an engineer, right, as a developer or a domain as a BA, and later on, right, after some time, people say, well, how about leading the team, being the tech lead for this team, right? And you say, yeah, why not? Sounds good. And then you don't know exactly what you say yes to. This is, I think, the first thing that is there, because you have like this interesting idea, this romance that ideal picture. It's going to be great, and so on. And then you are a tech lead, and it's remember, it's kind of hitting a wall in a way, right? Because on one hand, you are a developer, an engineer, you like to code, right? And suddenly you have other people around you that look at you, right? And the time that for me, what was there was like, it's like, now I don't have the much time to code, right? And I usually need to do something else. And of course, because on the other hand, you want to keep the team happy. I realized, wow, team needs to be happy. I ended up, taking the shittiest tasks nobody wanted, because I was the tech lead, right? And I need to keep the others happy in a way. And that was my first experience. This is what I remember.
Oh. Cool. Yeah, I think all of us have something like to hang on some hooks. We still remember. Manolo, how was it for you? Or what do you resonate with the challenges? What comes first to your mind?
What comes first to my mind? So I think Marius hit a point in terms of that he likes to write code, and probably one of the challenges of the technical leads is that how they keep track with the developments in technology, what it's with the new stuff. Probably being a technical lead diminish the time for keeping track with all the new stuff and new shiny things that are happening in the technology field. I think this is one of the challenges. Um, uh, Also, being on track with what's new with the new technologies probably helps technically to pursue the colleagues in the team to try new stuff, to try new technologies, to experiment with those ones.
So it's
So
more
yeah,
work, you know? I mean, if I have to do team leading and keeping myself up with the progress or technology advances and stuff, it's being a
mm,
team lead is more work.
mm, not necessarily more work. I think it has to do with the different responsibilities that you have of just being a developer, let's say, not leading a team. You have different responsibilities, and you need to be aware of these things. And probably Andra knows more about what are other responsibilities that I don't know, new technical lead encounter.
Mhm. I can say a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
words.
yeah, Andra. How is it from your side?
Is so it depends on the company. It's not a well defined and proper defined role. You are a tech lead, as it's a scrum master. Yeah, it's clear what it does. For tech lead, it's mostly depends on the company. There are some common things. But if I go back at also my experience, as Mario said, because it starts from there, is your if I remember myself, I was seeing myself as really smart, which I was. I was in control of the task that I was doing. Yeah, control. I know what I work. I do overtime. I'm done. Yes, great. I'm so smart. When you when you become a tech lead, you don't have that control anymore. Yeah, you cannot impose on others how to. The expectation is that they want what I want. Yeah, they want to finish the task. They want the project to succeed. Well, it's not kind of yeah. You expect others to behave as you do. So the challenge is, I at the beginning I wanted to control what others were doing. This is because the project success was my success. So if they don't perform, I don't perform, and I don't want that. So it was a lot of forcing. That is one of the things. And then another thing is, okay, I'm there with my code, but what actually happens, what Manolo said, is I don't work on a task anymore. I have so many different things that I work on, so many different departments or teams are coming to me to ask for stuff. And I'm like, but yeah, but I want to code. What are they coming to me? I'm not supposed to do that. So all day you start to see that, okay, people keep coming and you don't know how to. You have a bunch of requests, and it's like, what do I do with them? And this is the challenge, and it's for you to learn. Okay, how do I deal with that? When do I say yes? When do I say no? What do I do? And it's, you start to have no satisfaction, because you were taking your satisfaction from coding and checking my task is done. I go to the daily and I say I've done my work, I'm satisfied. As a tech lead, at the end of the day, maybe you just had some meetings, you spoke with 3 people, and you're like, what have I done today? And as you said, it's more work. I was coding to get my satisfaction, and I was also doing the tech lead part, which took like 10, 12, 16 hours sometimes. I'm not proud of it, but this is, yeah.
So it was the thing where you said yes to something that you didn't know what it will come, you know.
Well, I was saying yes to everybody because I wanted everybody to see me as I know what I'm doing. I'm a good tech lead. Yeah. So saying
can
yes
do it.
and taking all the amount, I was not. Yeah.
I can do it.
I was
yeah.
not aware that I shouldn't. If they say, must be that I need to do that. So it wasn't clear what is actually my responsibility.
And you got into the depression, right? In the Blue Monday.
Well, I got into, maybe you hit a wall, as Mario said, and you start wondering, well, maybe this is not for me. So I better go back to be to coding. It's much easier. That is the first realization. Until you do some work. That is like the program comes with that. Do some work and you see then you are able to make a choice. Is this what I want to do? Because now you don't invest that much time in coding. You invested on the interaction with others, on the making things work, keeping the team happy. As Mario said, there are other skills that are required, which is communication.
May I say
Manolo, you
something?
wanted
Because
to say yes.
yeah, I want to say something because it was really something that is really funny. Andra mentioned that when you talk about the Scrum Master, basically everybody knows what the Scrum Master do. I beg to differ. I mean, I saw a lot, and I think a lot of companies and people don't understand what the true Scrum Master does. So that's one of maybe an interesting topics for a future life. But I think what is difficult, it's that it's the context switching that you encounter when you, because basically what you said previously was that there are a lot of requests from a lot of people. You need to, I don't know, to manage a team somehow. Probably you need to also discuss with C-suite people to provide some updates about how the team performs, or where you are with the progress. So it's different kind of communication that you need to have with different people on the company. So context switching could be
And
really.
it's also, now that you say that, it's also the language. Yeah, you have the technical language as a software engineer, and minimal, and it's always with, for example, with the business analyst, you have different language, and as a tech lead, you are responsible, and it's for you to learn all the language. You are like the translator. Yeah, you need to be able to understand the language of each department that you interact with.
Yeah, it's kind of what
BA, yeah, you even might speak with the client. It depends on the project or on the technical level of the. It requires other skills that you might resist to, or you think they should understand, or you might embrace them, or you might say, "Wow, how come I don't know that?" So it's
I think just
go ahead.
Everybody wants to say something. Go, Mario.
Go, yeah. I said we needed to debate it, the guys.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things, again, coming back to remembering at the beginning, right? Everything seemed like, I mean, when you are thrown into this position, right? Probably you don't have like a preparation for it, right? I mean, when you go for a business analyst, a marketing, development, probably you did some studies before, right? You went to university, you did some preparation in a way, right? You had a course or multiple courses and so on. So you have like experience, an idea about it, right? It's like, but from a what is for me, like when you start like a tech lead, right? You are, the first thing that comes to your mind, or what came to my mind, is like delivery, right? Oh, now I'm responsible to deliver this project or whatever is there, right? So this is something that you know already, right? Because you know how to deliver a task, right? But now you need to deliver a set of tasks that is done or is performed by your team, right? So you have an idea around that one. On the other hand, what you don't have an idea is on the soft part of the problem, right? Like, how do you communicate with the other? How do you I said at the beginning, my aim at the beginning was to feel like the developers are happy, right? They are satisfied with what they are doing and so on. But this is something that was empirical, right? For me, was like, oh, so perhaps they need to be happy, right? They need, as a developer, right? You need to you like to do cool things, technologies, and so on, right? So this was again something that was projecting from myself, right, or myself, and this is something that I was aware. But where actually is the gap, I felt the gap is like, how do I listen to that person? Andra mentioned like everybody was coming to you and pouring things, right? Like, oh, and you want to be a nice person, right? Yes, man, or something. And you say, yes, yes. And then you are like, now I said yes. And what am I doing? And you start doing overtime. You are doing it on your own. So it's a lot of, I would say you at the beginning, I think you are on your own. This is what you are there. You are the tech lead, but you are actually your own team at the beginning. You are just using the others at the minimum. You don't make demands or requests. You don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to be, when to be tough, when to be soft. Let's put it like
You
this.
are vulnerable.
Yeah, you become vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is something that I would say this is something that you are not prepared for. You are just discovering there on the field, and sometimes it's painful. Sometimes you say like, oh, it's not for me. I don't want to do this anymore. Sometimes you might be cocky and say like, yeah, I'm doing a great job. But then the problem is that actually probably you are not seeing the, like you cannot see
The elephant.
the elephant, right? Although it's never things.
But
Yeah.
I would like to bring something on top of what you say. So from the stance of a professional doing his work, and then you end up being a team lead. Yeah, either you were picked or you feel that you want to, I don't know, do bigger stuff. Yeah, but I think there are also people who kind of get to prepare themselves before being appointed as a team lead. I mean, they start to do less coding per se, but it's not only about developers. It's also about any team. Even
Transition
in a team,
period.
yeah, even if in a team of BAs or even as an individual BA who is preparing to also take a team lead position, and they start to prepare for that while they are still as a team member. And so even if they don't have this urge to still code, so to still develop something, create something as of creating the product, and still when being appointed officially into the role, I think it is the same hit of the wall.
It is. Yeah, I agree.
So even if we think you are prepared and you are in the mindset already that you don't do that stuff, you don't need to keep up with the latest technology, because that's not the most important thing in the world right now, and maybe you have other priorities. My feeling,
This
what I've seen
reminds,
around.
yeah, this is true. This is, I can relate to that. And my example is very simple, right? When you learn to drive, initially you drive with someone on your right, like an instructor and so on. But then when the first time when you go alone to drive, I know for me was like, I was like very, very scared. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is the idea of the program. Even if you read a book or you do a course to prepare yourself, it's still you hit a wall and it's different. The wall is different for each of us. Yeah, I might have difficulties in dealing with the context switch, or I might have difficulties in how much I want to code. Is different for each. And the program comes as a support for 3 months to actually you come with the challenges and you get different perspective and support on dealing with that. And it's the idea is you gain a new self-confidence. Yeah, you gain a confidence, and you have someone that's from outside, which can evaluate and support you with those things, which are kind of different. In the program, we have the common challenges, but also you come with your individual ones, which is my wall is different. That, for example, Mario said, I wanted the team to be happy. I did not. I wanted to control them so I'm happy and the project succeeds. Yeah, it's really different. We had different intentions that we were not aware of. You were like, I want people to be happy, so I'm happy. I'm like, I want the project to succeed, so I succeed.
Yeah. Or the inability to say no. Yeah. You know, the yes person.
Yeah.
What I like is it's about this thing that you mentioned that is 3 months, and this reminds me of workshop that I did like weekends. Like I remember at some point many years ago at a time management workshop or a seminar for a weekend, and it was great a week after, but then it's just I didn't remember, right? Because actually it wasn't the support there to actually go on the week 2, 3, 4, and so on. And I came back to my old habits.
Yeah, you need new tools that you implement and you see what works, what doesn't work while using those tools, because it's different for each of us. And then from there, you can say, okay, this is what works for me.
Another perspective that I was thinking. So there is one thing to be in a software development team, so only software developers, and one of them is appointed team lead. What if the BA becomes the team lead? What if the QA becomes the team lead? Or also, how does the PM grow as a team lead? Yeah, I mean, the stance of okay, I'm not the same profession as you are. I mean, with all my teammates, and I'm still the team lead. Yeah, and here, yeah, there are the personal walls that we hit, but there is another challenge that might come. Like, how can I say, or how do I communicate the expectations when I don't know the technical details? I'm not the professional that you are. We are not sharing the same profession. And how do I shape the request? No, that's a different challenge that I see.
That is a different challenge when you have team members coming to you with technical problems and you have no idea.
Yeah.
That needs to be resolved in a different way. It might be that it's already there are only seniors in the team and nobody needs any help, or you need a structure. But it's something, and I think you might experience it as a gap or not. It's as a leader, you might say, well, this is as an experienced leader, you don't need the skills, but you can resolve the problem by finding somebody else to resolve the problem.
As an experienced one.
Yeah, find the expert. As an experienced leader, you know that you don't need to know all the new technologies, all the things.
Yeah, but when
you
you're
need
young,
to know to connect. If somebody comes to you, to be able to say, I have no clue. Let's see who can help us with that. You find the people, you give it, but that is the freedom that you gain with the experience, with the self-confidence that I was saying. Not before, at the beginning, if you are the team lead and somebody comes, you assume, oh my God, I should know, I don't. And then you're like, I'm not technical, you go find somebody.
So the challenge is, how do you not create the task, but how do you shape the scope? Yeah,
I think the question is also valid for even if you are the same profession, right? One of the realization when you are a developer, right, when you go into this role as a tech lead, for me was, as Andra said, if there are seniors there, right, you don't need to hold their hands, right, to just to say it. And on the other hand, you don't need to be the best developer there, right? Your role.
You think you need to be as a tech lead. That is.
You need. But it's like you are no longer the star, right? I mean, if you go on compared to a band, right, you are not on the stage and people cheering for you, like, you are no longer the star for the general public, let's put it like this, right? You are the puppeteer in a way, right? You are the one that enables all the things to happen and for those people to be the stars, right? So this is a bit the difference, right? So it's kind of accepting that you will no longer be the star as you imagine, like doing the
You're
coolest
not the
things,
technical expert necessarily.
yeah.
You might benefit. If I look at my experience, I worked with architects, so I learned new stuff, how to design an architecture. But then you are like technologies, I had no idea anymore. It depends on also the passion and the direction you want to go. But it is a learning that you don't need to be the best technical person in the team, and you need to know everything when somebody comes to you. Yeah, you need to give the microphone to somebody else.
Manolo, you have a different perspective. I know. I mean, I see Andra and Marius, they come with the software perspective, but you and I,
Yeah, I have a
just
different.
compliment.
Yeah, I have a different perspective. I was thinking about the question: if you are you become a leader in a team and you don't have the technical know-how, let's say, for example, and I remind about that the Sirius show, the Ted Lasso show with the American football coach, which he
I
is
love that
appointed.
series.
Yeah, he's appointed as a soccer coach in UK in Premier League. He didn't know anything about football, but however, I think in this situation you should leverage your leadership skills, and you should be able to understand what it takes to create a high performing team, to understand a little bit the context, at least at a level which enables you to identify or the skills needed, or the people which are having the skills needed for accomplishing some tasks, let's say. And I think you don't need to have stars in the team. I think you need to have people which understand the shared common goal, and and people who know each other really good, really well, and I don't know, they could help each other.
This is the idea.
Yeah.
But when you start, it's most of the ego and yourself. Am I doing a great job? And then you reach what you say. Yeah, this is what we want as a tech lead, and this is my role. How do I have a team that works good together and they complement each other, and together we succeed?
But when you start, I think you wish to be a
flowers.
star. Come on. So when you start as a team lead, actually there is a star twinkling there.
You want to be the star, yeah.
You are to be the star. Then you learn that it's not about being a star.
To be a star, you don't need to want to be a star.
Newsflash, probably there is another star above you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's kind of wrap up. We are close to 30 minutes. We stayed true to these challenges. What I can understand is the wall continues to be a wall sometime long. I mean, it's not something that you fix in 1 month. Or one day. It's something it can take years until you realize what is your wall or walls. How to deal with the walls. Who do you have around to support you, to understand you, how do you relate yourself compared to the team, to your managers, because you also have other managers. It's not only about yourself. Staying also true to our leaders being heard. And we also want to support Andra with the program because we believe in it. We see the value, and Andra. And when is the next workshop?
On Tuesday.
On next Tuesday. Super.
Mhm.
So
On the
next
16th.
Tuesday, 16th. It's free. We encourage you to join.
I will share the link in a comment.
Yes, because it's powerful. I mean, you will live with something worth for yourself. This being said, join us next Friday at the same time. And,
around the same time.
around the same time, yes. And keep close. Thank you,
Have a
guys.
great weekend.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.